Hello everybody, welcome to another pike fishing episode. Back on the river again, and today we're just fishing dead baits. At the minute we're fishing dead baits for pike, and this is what we've got at the minute. Now, this particular swim is quite deep, just close in, so I've got two smelt just right down in front of us, about 6 foot here. And it's high water at the minute. Sorry about the sun. It's high water at the minute, and it's now going to start to ebb. So we'll fish for about 6 hours on the ebb tide. Okay. So what you'll see, these little specks of lilies or weed, whatever it is, you'll start to see them drift that way. Okay. When I first got here, they were moving this way. All right. Place fishes better on the ebb, apparently. And going back years gone by, when I've got fish, that's when I've got them. All right. So you find there's certain times, certain venues will fish, you know, better on certain stages of the tide. So it's always good to try and sort of be here when you believe it's going to be sort of peak time. Just increase your chances.
Please don't blank. Please don't blank. Please don't blank.
Yeah, so we've got some mackerel lying around here. I'm about to chop up and throw out, but I hope the old otter doesn't sort of ambush me at some stage today. You never know if he's around here. Don't know what they're like with humans really, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to fend him off with a bit of a kipper or something. Some little pieces here. Very oily fish, mackerel. Little pieces, pike can't pick these up, but a nice bit of scent in the water, especially when there's a bit of current. I mean, if you're fishing a static water, I'm not convinced that these actually do that much good, but if you're fishing somewhere a bit tidal, then they can help. Yeah, the most important thing is when you're fishing is that you bring a nice coffee with you. Nice flask of coffee. What we got here? Trying to spill it all on me. Nice bit of coffee. Trouble is, you have this stuff and you end up bouncing off the walls. While you're fishing, you think, oh, should I try this? Should I try this bait, or should I try this other bait, or should I try this different technique, or should I move swims? So you just stay, be patient, and just stick out the swim you're in. Oh, coffee, eh? Must be a plane scaring it off. There's a microlight, look. I scared all the birds, look. Right, fish on. Fish on. He's just gone in the bloody reeds. He's locked up in the bloody reeds. Son of a bitch. Alright, he's very crafty. This one is very crafty. He's out, he's out, he's out. Here he is. And he spat the... There he is. Oh, he's not a bad one. It's not too bad. There he is. He spat out my smelt. Get my net. Where's my net gone? I'm gonna need my net for this one. Drags that okay, so. Concerted effort to escape. There he is. He's in. He's in. Not a monster, but he's a Mr. Pikey nonetheless. Nonetheless. Oh, I don't know. Let me take you out. Oh, Christ. Oh, I did get one in the end. Oh, it's quite nice. Trying to break the rod. Here we are. That's a nice one. Yeah, so there we are. That's quite a nice fish. Solid old lump. £6 again, I'd say. Yeah, so yeah, not a bad little fish. Right, so let's put him back. Oh dear. It's gonna get. No, you don't. Oh, I'll put him back in the net. I'll lure him in the net. That's what we'll do. Let's lure him in the net. Try not to fall in. So there he is. And all we do, we just release the net like that, Mr. Pikey. Oh, no, he's bloody yours. There, he's away. And off he goes. Sulking away. I think I'll be the same. Oh well, we're in. Got another one. Oh. Right, so got £10 mono on. This is the rig. This is the wobble dead bait rig. So just on a bit of snap tackle. First hook goes through the nose, and then obviously secondary hook goes through the body. Use a bit of cotton just to wrap it around the head here, because these fly off and they're quite expensive, like £4 a packet. So you'll get as much use as possible. Small or big uns do the job. And what I do, I just put on an SSG, just give it a bit of extra weight. But a lot of the time you can just fish with one of these on their own. And that's it, just £10 mono, and you just literally just cast in a fan technique. Yeah, so we're just wobbling with a dead bait at the minute. With old wobbled smelt. Slow retrieve smelt. I've got another dead bait on the bottom, back at the base or the swim, and I've just moved up to this other swim, or this one I've just made. It's very weedy still. It's very difficult to get a retrieve back on this smelt, which is not good. One or two other people fishing. because there's a few boats going up and down, I can't cast right out and I'm sort of fish under my feet, but that is okay. So usually, if there's one there, they will. I can just see my rod handle and with the bite alarm on, so in case I forgot to turn the alarm on or something, the rod disappears. But retrieve, usually they'll hit it first time. This, no messing, so there's no point keep casting over the same spot. And we got straight into a snag there, I think. It's not a fish because you'll feel it's a fish because it'll nod, but that's gone. There's no. That's out. You just don't know what sort. You can just sort of still do a sort of a half-hearted sort of retrieve with it because you never know. See what sort of weeds on it or what's what with it. Yeah, so that's no good. You ain't gonna get one like that with a load of green shit on it. So it's finding an area what will let you fish with it this time of year. Failing that, it's just dead baiting on the bottom. Now I do check my dead baits from time to time, every hour or so. Well, usually if I haven't fished for a spot for a while, just to check, make sure there's nothing like little crayfish nibbling at it. So I've got an SSG above this smelt, and I just find that just helps it get down a little bit quicker. Otherwise you'll be sort of waiting all day. But the best action is just to stray line with it. It's not to use any lead, but I find just one on it just helps it get down that bit quick. You can just see it there in the bronzy sort of water. What's happened to it? Snagged again. A lot of weed, mate. There's a lot of weed. The weed. So we just flicking it out. Now I have put in quite a lot of mackerel. Nothing's grabbed it, mate. Nothing's grabbed it. Yeah, just a little small one's grabbed it. Yeah, look. Just a little small one. I can just pull him out here. I think that's the one which grabbed it earlier. There he is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so what have we got there? Where's the trace? Oh, there it is. He's still hooked on there. Yep. There you go, another one. There you go. He's an angry fella, that one. Yeah, that's not good condition. Same size. Just a pikey. Let's put him back. Lovely. Ooh. You want to go this way round, mister. There you go. He's not very happy. So what you're trying to do, this time of year there's a lot of weed. It's better doing it when there's bloody snow on the ground, there's no weed. But all we're doing is just a very slow retrieve and just twitching it now and again. And all you do, you just sort of search. How deep is it here? Let's see. There it is, it's on the bottom there. You must clear any weed which it catches on the trebles. Now, the bites can be ever so slight because sometimes you just wind into a load of weed and it locks up. But sometimes when a fish grabs it, it will do a very similar thing. So all you've got to do is just when it does that, just hold the rod tip and look for any signs of life. And if you get a little tip tap like that, that means a pike has grabbed it. So all you do is just gone into some weed there. I'm just holding it. Just holding it. Now I think that's a bit of weed, so I'm just going to lift. That's it. It's gone out of it. So all you do, once you're aware there's a fish has grabbed it, just let him have it for 5 seconds or so. Maybe not 10 seconds, but 5 seconds I would say. And just get the angle of the fish. Make a decision on which direction you're going to strike. Now these are quite small trebles, you see, and quite a big bait. So I whacked it quite hard, the last one, and he was hooked. Both hooks got him sort of near the entrance of his mouth, so that was perfect. So you just, when you get a bit of shit on it, a bit of weed on it, you just clear it off. And for some reason, you can use lures for this, but for some reason, bigger fish do go for this technique. Don't ask me why, they just do. They like it. So this is probably as good a chance of getting a biggie on something like this as you have a dead bait. So, like you say, we're new to this swim, so we're just feeling for what weed is there, and then once I know where the weed is, I can fish it a lot deeper. So you just sort of. I was dead baiting earlier on, and my gut was saying if we just stay put, we just are not going to get anything. So I always go to this technique. Now it's very bronzy clear water here, and I can just see the bait. And if you see a pike grab it, you just let him have it. Don't let him know you're there. And that's it. We're just hung up in the bottom. There's a bit of weed down there. It'll drive you crazy. Always try and strike the fish. If you can see the line of where the fish is, what angle he's going, strike away from him. So you pull the hooks into the corner of his mouth. Don't try and pull the hooks out of his mouth. Bloody hell. It's a swan. It's a swan. He didn't like my voice. So, there's a lot of weed in some of these swims at the minute, but this one's not too bad. Now, we're reaching the stage where the tide's going to turn. I'm still pulling at the minute. But in the next half an hour or so, and I'm wondering if that's going to be, you know, is it going to kill it? That factor. So you get the fish here on the ebb. So the tides are building this week. But this is not a particular big tide. That last fish was about 5 or 6 pound. Grabbed it. So yeah, you want to go as light as you can really for this sort of technique. But you can get a biggie like this. Oh dear. That sounded like a mink or an otter or something. So yeah, it's an absolute spitting image of the other fish I caught the other day. Ever so clear at the minute. There's a rowboat went past me this morning. It took like some spinners on and bits and pieces, and he came back about an hour late, and they reckon they had 3. I'm like, alright, that was quick. There was 2 of them. But when you're in a boat, you got better access. You cover the ground, you know. It's been ever so weedy, this bloody place.